Good day, good day, good day, and welcome to another Teach and Learn in Korea and Korean Experience video. Hope your day has been amazing. I'm recording it on a Saturday, so I hope your weekend is at least good. And it'll probably go live while most of you watching are still sleeping, but that's beside the point. So what I said, let me just grab a cup of coffee here. So what I said in previous videos is I'm going to focus on events. And when I bring in photos, I will most likely remember stories related to those photos. So that is just a thing. And today's photos is going to be no different. And it's actually going to link back to previous videos. So I'll mention it when we get there. But that is essentially that. And yeah. So how do you teach colors to third grade students who doesn't really speak English? Well, I did mention the previous time that thanks to Miss Artist, I was inspired this day. So let me just tell you a bit of a backstory. So what happened was, like the previous day, like the previous 2 or 3 lessons with the grade 3s, I was like doing colors and everything, orange, blue, brown, black, yellow, all the colors and everything. And this one day, it was in winter time. If I take a look at the photos now, it was in winter time. I can actually tell you it was mid to late January 2016. So the kids were used to me. This was my last year in Korea. I would be returning to 14, 15. This was when did I leave? Let me just quickly see this. When did I actually leave? Oh yeah, this is going to be a bit of a sad one. Let's see. Yeah, 2000 and yeah, this was like some of my last weeks in South Korea. So this is close to the end, but oh no, this is when I uploaded it. This was way before. This was before I even found out that I was going to leave. This was like probably start of winter 2015-ish. Let's see here. You see, I've just basically done a massive dump. It's not specifically uploaded. Yeah, like I've got the Halloween stuff. This was the Halloween stuff. So this was like roundabout after Halloween, somewhere between Halloween and Christmas is when I did this coloring thing. But how do you teach colors? Like, that's the question. How do you teach colors to kids that doesn't really have an interest in it? Well, simple. You do the following. Let me show you. You do the following, and I'm going to show you multiple images. You do the following. You tell them that they can draw on teachers' arms, but every time they use a color, they must tell you what color it is. And this is the result. This is the result. Right? You could clearly see the difference between what boys drew and what girls drew. So the first thing, that red mark in this part of my arm is basically a wound. Obviously boys. You'll later see that there's like suns and different words and everything. But I essentially told them, listen, you draw something, you tell me the color. So the boy came up to me, he's like, teacher, I know. And he's like, red. And he starts coloring red. I'm like, okay. Black. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And yeah, this is how I taught them English. You see part of my class there. Now, the front of the class is literally behind the camera, roughly, right? Behind the camera. Let's go check. Now, this is going to require a lot of editing, perhaps. Let's go check the next one. This is actually very perfect. I don't have to do any editing. And yeah, this is... You see part of Danbin, the running jump girl? she's holding my arm and showing off what she drew. She drew that mustache and a couple of other things. She drew a rainbow as well and everything. And yeah, this is how you teach. This is how I taught colors to kids. This is most likely my favorite one. Let me just move. Yeah, that's perfect. This is most likely my favorite one. So what happened is one kid started just doing the outlines and it's like black teacher, black of the word love. And then she colored in the V with red. And a couple of other girls came in and colored it in with like the yellow and the purple. And unbeknownst to them, sort of an LBGTQ thing there at the end on the E. I just saw it now. And this is me facing the front of the class, basically. I'm facing the front. Luckily, that girl in the background is a bit blurred, so that's, keeping their identity safe and everything. But that is how I taught kids, and basically their artworks were on my arm, and I believe one of the images will have a bit of the shirt that I wore, the jersey. That's the word, the jersey that I wore. You'll see some of it there, and I'm telling you that because it was like felter pens, those things seeped into the material. And for about a year afterwards in South Africa, when I got back to South Africa, I would wear that thing. I sometimes wear it on stream, to be perfectly honest. The color was still seeped into the material, which was quite cool. This is another example. Now, I got to tell you, this red thing that's lost all its color now, Mr. Badminton was one of the kids I got to help to go to Canada for over the December holidays so that they can have an English experience. Thanks to me, he and another kid, thanks to myself, Mr. Badminton, and I think it's Mr. Mongolia. No, it's not Mr. Mongolia. But thanks to myself, Mr. Badminton and a friend of his got to go to Canada for a bit of a homestay, if you will. And this red thing, this bracelet, is one of the gifts that he came back. It's like, oh, teacher, thank you. And he gave it to me. And it's like, it had Canada on it. It said Canada, and you can see the maple leaves and everything and all of that. And it said Canada on the front. And about 2 days later, he came to me. He's like, oh, teacher. And he flips the thing over. And on the back, oh, it's still here. On the back, it says, made in China. And he's like, oh, teacher, so sorry. And I'm like, no. It's your gift. I love your gift. He's like, okay, teacher, but China, teacher. But yeah, that's the story of that. If you look a bit to where my hand is covering the face with this part, you will see part of the world map where the world names was in English. I think there's a better video coming or better photo coming up shortly. I might have to edit this part. Oh no, don't necessarily have to. As you can see, there's a better picture, clearer picture of that. And you can see like most of it, the girls took to it immediately. The boys just wanted to draw. I think I had a poop emoji on the one arm. And, the girls literally started drawing, like they tried to find spaces. So they started coloring in my nails and everything. And every time, oh, teacher, yellow. Oh, teacher, red. Teacher, green. Teacher, orangey. Orange. Yes, orange. And that is basically how I taught them. Let's see if there's an extra story here. There's a couple of more photos that I have to go through. This is probably one of the most proudest teaching moments for me. The most proudest teaching moments, lesson plans and everything for me was basically getting them to remember colors. And I hope some of it stuck, I really hope some of it stuck. And there you can see a better part of on the side there, the trui in Afrikaans, it's jersey, right? It's jersey in English. I don't know. Jumper? No, it's not a jumper. But anyway, the tray that I wore, and there's a better thing. There's another love. You can see the girls coming in and drawing things. I don't know what those orange circles are, but I don't want to go into that. But you know, the rainbow, the suns, and everything. That was the girl's arm. The other arm was the boy's arm, and well, some part of it was the boy's arm, and then the kids. You know that previous photo of the love with the yellow L? I'll show that now again. On the other side of the arm was just the boys coming in, teacher red, and they just started scratching. But it was okay. At least they learned. And as you can see at the back there of that video, of that photo, I keep on saying video, of that photo was the world map with popular instances of everything, of what's particularly important in that area of the world. And I think you see Africa there. Yeah. And it was quite an experience, both for me and I believe the kids. They were pretty damn. Oh, it's that. No, it's a hoodie. I wore a hoodie. No, but a hoodie and a jacket. But anyway, and a jersey. But yeah, that is how you get to teach. This is one of the lessons that I'm the most proudest of. I mean, not a lot of people would go into like, how do I teach kids colors? Let them draw on me. I don't think anyone would do that. And if there's people that did that, good on you. But like I felt like this was like the first time these kids had it. And even through that simple action, the kids, you know, we grew a little bit closer. My students and I grew a little bit closer, which was resulting, especially the third graders were the ones that was the most upset when I had to tell them I had to leave. It's a bit of a sad thing at the end, but let's not focus on that because there's still a lot more cool stories to go that I can tell you for free. There's a lot of cool stories to go. Unfortunately, most of the photos with the kids have the kids' faces in it, and I don't really want to show the faces of the kids. But in the next video, I'm thinking maybe going into like one dish I had. If I took more photos, but a couple of dishes that I had, and yeah, we're slowly but surely coming to the end of the student experiences I had with the kids, but they will be randomly interspersed with the rest of my Korean experiences, even with the TaLK program and without the TaLK program. There's going to be a lot of stories there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. There's one, like the final story is the one that I'm not going to look forward to. It's probably the last week. I'm probably going to spend a lot of time on that. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and that is how you teach kids colors, or get them interested in learning colors and everything. And the funny thing is, even like, this wasn't the end. This was like at one random lunchtime, some of the third graders came up to me and pointed like to different pieces of clothing or to different colors. And they're like, teacher red, teacher green, teacher this. And then I'd look at them and I'm like, okay, cool. What color is that? And they're like, oh, teacher, oh, blue. I'm like, yes, blue, beautiful. What color is this? And all of that. And yeah, showed that they retained some of the things I taught them. And yeah, I'm pretty damn proud of that lesson. Thank you everybody again for watching. And I'm sitting with a nostalgia high at the moment, so excuse me, my brain is going out there. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And until then, you all should have a good one.